Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You look the same. It's Arjun.
No, 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 it's okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay. It's letting when you have an exam. Yeah. Yeah. Somehow it would be written. First time I saw. But it can be right most reasonable. Reasonable everything. Actually, that is correct. Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like, right.
Yeah, that's okay. Ma'am. No, no, I'm good. I'll go there. I'll go there. Program. It's a variable. No, that is okay. So everybody is from only person, especially for this person. Especially we
So good afternoon, all of you. I think can somebody people who are standing there, please come here. Please. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you to ATI University. First of all, I should thank all of you for sparing your time and coming here and participating in this event. Now I request Professor Balram, Dr. Sailesh Nagsap, and Dr. Narayanasamy to come and occupy the chair. Please come. Okay. So next 1 hour we will have a brief function with two important objectives. One is the official release of our new book entitled South Asian Summer Monsoon Processes, Prediction and Societal Impacts, authored by myself, Dr. Partha Mukhopadhyay and Dr. Arindam Chakraborty, and published by Elsevier. As all of you know that South Asian monsoon profoundly influenced the lives of billions of people living in South Asian subcontinent. We had, for several decades, we had a book written by a person called Y.P. Rao. He was then the Director General of IMD in 1976. The book is called Southwest Monsoon. That used to be a Bible for all of us, and whatever monsoon is concerned. Both IMD as well as researchers used to follow that book. But then last 50 years, many research papers have come out. Our understanding of monsoon has grown up. We have better understanding of monsoon. We have predictive capability also is improved substantially. We also did a lot of societal impacts in terms of monsoon predictions. We made a lot of application tools, etc. So we thought, I thought when I was in IMD in 2006, we should revise the book by Y.P. Rao. So at that time I was in Climate Center, National Climate Center as director, but it did not work out. So then by 2008 I moved to ISRO, and 2012 I moved to ministry next to Dr. Shailesh Naik Saab, and finally I became secretary in 2015. So I could not really follow it up, my ambition to write that book. But then by 2022, we three of us got together, again thanks to Dr. Professor Srinivasan, inspired us to write that book. We started writing the book. It took about 2 years to complete this book. So we should, I am thankful to Elsevier for coming forward to publish this book. This book offers a comprehensive and updated understanding of the monsoon, its structure and dynamics, onset and withdrawal processes, and variability across time scales, how the human influence on the changing monsoon climate, the current capability in short, medium, and long-range forecasts, and application of monsoon forecasts on various sectors. And the second objective of this event is ETA University is hosting a tutorial cum workshop on applications of AI, ML, and physical models in weather extremes and energy sector. So we started yesterday. First 1.5 days we had a tutorial. Just now it's completed. So from next 3 o'clock we'll start the workshop, in which we will have presentation from very distinguished people on climate and weather, and also the experts from AML. So there will be some lectures online, some lectures will be offline. So this is the agenda of today's meeting. And so we are truly honored to have distinguished gathering Mr. Sundaraj, who is the chairman and chancellor of our ETA University, Dr. Nagesh Vengla, he is our director of ETA University. And also I am especially delighted to welcome Padma Bhushan Professor P. Balram, who was the former director of ISC Bangalore, a well-known person, working at present, he is working at NCBS Bangalore. And I still remember his editorials in Current Science, which used to come, which was very informative and very impressive editorials. Then I would like to welcome Padma Shri Dr. Shailesh Naik Saab. He is the director of the National Institute of Advanced Studies in Bangalore. He is a former secretary, Ministry of Earth Sciences. He was my predecessor, secretary in MOES. I followed him. He is a renowned expert in geosciences, oceanography, and as well as remote sensing. We also have privilege of two very other distinguished scientists. One is Professor R.N. Keshavamurthy. He was former director of IITM Pune and a leading monsoon meteorologist. He worked alongside Nobel laureate of Dr. Manabe of GFDL at Princeton and served also senior professor at PRL Ahmedabad. Most significantly, he was my PhD guide and mentor. So I owe my fundamental training in meteorology to him. And, Professor J. Srinivasan is also my mentor, guide, and my dear friend, formerly with the Department of Mechanical Engineering and also Center for Atmospheric and Oceanic Sciences at ISC Bangalore. He only established the Divecha Center for Climate Change Research at ISC Bangalore now. So I must express my heartfelt thanks to Professor Srinivasan for carefully reviewing the first drafts of all 10 chapters of this book and offering very valuable feedback and comments and even criticism that they have helped us to improve the book, and we try to include all the comments given by him. We also have two senior officials from Ministry of Earth Sciences, Dr. Gopal Iyengar and Dr. Jagbir Singh with us, and thank you both of you for participating in the event. We should thank Ministry of Earth Sciences as well as ISRO for providing us the financial support to organize this tutorial cum workshop. We acknowledge their valuable support. Once more, I welcome all of you to this event. Now, to continue with this program, I will request my co-authors, Dr. Partha Mukhopadhyay as well as Dr. Arindam, to come and give your views very briefly.
It is extempore, sir. Nothing I have written. So, first of all, thanks to Atria University for organizing this book inauguration. And so, Honorable Sir, Professor Kesamurthy sir, Professor JS, Professor our Sailesh Naik sir, Professor Balaram sir, Registrar, Vice Chancellor, our MOES colleague Jagvir Singh and Gopal, and all other participants, distinguished guests. So, very briefly, as Dr. Rajeevan sir already mentioned, we read 3 books to learn Monsoon. One is Professor Y.P. Rao, another is Professor Kesamurthy, and it was P.K. Das. These 3 books were the 3 pillars. We learned everything of Monsoon from these 3 books. But very humbly, we stand in front of you, sir, following your footsteps. We could complete this book, which actually we saw there is a silent revolution in many areas of atmospheric science. For example, numerical weather prediction, which was there in 50 years back, now it is completely different. Understanding due to improved observations, mainly due to satellite. For example, TRMM, Tropical Rainfall Measuring Mission, and GPM has completely changed our understanding about the rainfall variability over the tropics. Now, all these were documented in papers, but not there in under one umbrella as a textbook, which can benefit one student. So, Professor JS to be profoundly thanked, we should thank, because see, he has taken all the trouble in reviewing. Normally people say books are not reviewed, but these books is critically reviewed by Professor JS in all the chapter. And once again, sir, it's our privilege to have all of you, welcome all of you, and express our deepest gratitude to all of you. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone, and thanks, because this is a great pleasure for me, at least because I'm talking about a book on a subject which I have been pursuing research for last 20 years. So last 30 years or so, or even 40, 50 years, this field has grown very far, like because of the computer came. Earlier people used to draw charts and try to understand things. So, but that had an advantage that the people knew what they are doing, especially synoptic scale meteorology. And now that new computer came, we are drawing those things many in very short time. So we are getting much more beautiful picture, but possibly that class of understanding, especially synoptic meteorologists are losing. We are losing it. But this is nothing we can do. What we can do, but to improve this subject forward in time, that we can quantify or put all this monsoon research in terms of proper theory, right? So that's how it can go. So the quantification, which was possibly little less, has become far more now in last 20 even 40, 50 years, especially from the time when the wave dynamics came into picture, especially tropical meteorology, then introduction of thermodynamics into the monsoon system and everything. Right now people are talking about energetics in terms of monsoon. So we can use this advent of the computer and our new theories to make things understand better, right? So now, and there are several more applications as well. So what are the applications sectors, including earlier it used to be only for agriculture, we used to think. Now water research to many things, given short-term weather forecasting and many sectors, application it has. At the same time, the disciplines that monsoon research encompasses or are connected with also has increased. Because we have understood now, we cannot understand monsoon only from the monsoon or the localized point of view. We have to understand from the global perspective, like teleconnections, that ocean atmosphere interaction. So the Earth's interaction comes into picture, land interaction comes into picture, vegetation, air pollution, and so on and so forth. Possibly even the our human impact, which is not yet done, glaciers and all those stuffs. So given there are several applications and several disciplines which are parts and ingredients of this field, it is very easy to get lost or get misinterpreted. In other words, even a simple definition of monsoon may not be understood by many people, right? How do I quantify the impact of aerosols on monsoon? Not just by descriptive. Can I write it in terms of theory, like Newton's second law? It is very difficult to say. At least something, some combination is not there. So, but we are going towards that, and possibly this is the reason that book is possibly one step ahead from, because that research has gone forward, and we had tried to make things, put things together of the current understanding, as well as the application sectors that we hope will help people to understand where we are now and possibly take us to the next step before we get something even better and somebody else comes and writes another book. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Partha and Arindam, and I forgot to introduce both of them very briefly. Dr. Partha worked at IITM as I retired very recently as scientist, now working at ISER Berambur as adjunct faculty, and Arindam is a senior professor at ISC Bangalore. I will request Professor Keshavamurthy and Dr. Professor Srinivasan to come to the stage and briefly talk about the perspectives of monsoon research and about the book. Very briefly, sir. So, 5 minutes.
We have been, Dr. Rajeevan and myself, been privileged and fortunate to work on monsoon, scientific aspects of monsoon in IITM, IMD, PRL, several places. Monsoon is our lifeline. It's in our breadbasket. It's our poetry. It's our music. It seems in Kalidasa's Meghasandesh, he talked about the lovers, one stream of monsoon wind going from one direction, the other. Most of the non-meteorologists are not aware that the monsoon wind changes direction and becomes an easterly jet at the. So it appears he knew both of these. So we have sung in Kannada, one of our poets says, Shravana Bantu Shravana. In North India they say Savan Ayored. After the summer monsoon, the pleasant showers cool the earth, and we of course we have learned, we have studied monsoon through theory, observation, and also our most powerful tool was computer simulation. We use computer simulation very extensively using large supercomputers for the last, and now AI has come. AI is supposed to throw more light. I mean, AI is not supposed to increase our understanding, but it's supposed to help us to improve our this thing. So I think Dr. Rajeevan is the most competent, experienced scientist to write on this book. I look forward to reading this book. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm very happy that after almost 50 years after the monograph published by Y.P. Rao, we have a book on the South Asian monsoon, because there are many books published, but there are books edited, many authors, and it's not easy for a student to read such books because they're very non-uniform. Each chapter is a different basis. So there was a need for a book that can be read by any student or any interested layman. And as already pointed out, the amount of new knowledge created because of satellites and computer simulation is enormous in the last 50 years. So I remember that even very intelligent people, when I meet them in meetings, they still think that IMD is doing statistical forecasting, okay? Because the knowledge is not permeated to the average person. So when journalists call me on 1st of June every year about how the monsoon is going, I always felt it would be good if they had in their hand a book which will cover various aspects of the monsoon which can be understood. And today you have that book written by a person who has worked on monsoon all his life, and two younger people who have contributed to both computer simulation and forecast. And especially the impact satellites have made on monsoon is tremendous, because before that people did not realize that the Bay of Bengal monsoon is stronger than the Indian monsoon. And monsoon was thought purely as a land-based process. Now people argue that there's monsoon over ocean and monsoon on land, and we know about monsoon over ocean because of satellites. Otherwise, there was no way. There are no rain gauges there. So all the new information is there in this book, and it required a lot of patience and commitment to write such a book. There are many other people who could have, but it requires somebody like Rajeevan to take the responsibility and deliver it in 2 years. When he told me 2 years back, I was not sure he will do it because he has other commitments. But I'm impressed that he kept to the deadline, and we have the book with you, and I hope all of you will read it, and I hope we'll give you feedback so that the next edition will be even better. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we will have a formal book release, official book release, and I request Professor Balram to hand over a book to Dr. Shailesh Naik as an official book release. So. Just open it and hand over to him. This one you can keep so that people can take photos there. Now I request Professor Balram to hand over to one book to Professor Keshavamurthy and as well as. No, you can. Yes, you can. Sorry. One to Professor Keshavamurthy. You can come on the stage, sir. Please come onto the stage. Please come. Yes. Again, we'll take one more photograph. The photographs are important.
You can join, sir.
Arindam and Arindam coming?
Yeah. So now you please come.
The authors are more important. Yeah, yes.
Come.
Yeah, Martha, you can.
Ashra, you can. Ashra, you can.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I was always sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, this motivates me to write a book.
Yeah. So now we'll request Professor Balram to give your remarks, sir.
You know, I might be the person in the room who knows the least about the monsoon. I know just as much as anybody outside. We wait for it every year. And, but I will say one reason why I was quite keen on coming was that this has been a subject which has always fascinated me. For many years, I was the editor of Current Science, and we would publish articles as the monsoon approached, which would give some kind of prediction. And the question was, of course, which of these predictions would turn out to be right? And the monsoon's always been something extraordinarily difficult to predict. On this occasion, when this book is being released, and all of you will probably read it, I can only remember one of my senior colleagues, Professor Rodam Narasimha, who sort of campaigned tirelessly for the government to establish the Ministry of Earth Sciences. And it is really Professor Narasimha's constant campaign which alerted many of us to the ideas of the importance of the earth sciences. And then when I was the director of the Indian Institute of Science, I realized that the Earth cannot be separated from its atmosphere and it cannot be separated from its oceans. Although the Institute itself has a separate center for atmospheric oceanic sciences and a center for earth sciences, but that is only a local arrangement. In reality, we cannot separate them. And I think an integrated view of the Earth is extraordinarily important. I am myself interested in biology, and after retirement I have become more and more interested in the processes which led to the evolution of life on Earth. And when you study this area, you realize that it cannot be separated from early geology, it cannot be separated from the evolution of the Earth, the evolution of the oceans, and also the evolution of the atmosphere. And it turns out that biology also has contributed quite extensively to changing the Earth, changing the oceans, and changing the atmosphere itself. So I hope that Dr. Rajeevan and his colleagues, their book, will enthuse all of you to pay special attention to the subject. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I'll request Dr. Shailesh Naik Saab to give his address and also to inaugurate the AML workshop, which we will be doing from 3 o'clock. Dr. Shailesh Naik Saab.
Sri Sundar Raju, Chancellor of Triya University, Professor Balram, Dr. Rajeevan, Dr. Chakraborty, JS, and my dear friends Partha, Arindam, and all dear colleagues of Rajeevan in Triya and students. It's really pleasure, and first of all I would like to compliment Rajeevan, Partha and Arindam for a very excellent book on this monsoon. As you know that the monsoon is very critical, and this aspect has been very well elaborated in this book. And last few years, the prediction capability has improved drastically. And that is because the understanding has improved. We have better models, we have a sufficient computing power, and that has led to this improved forecast. But there are still many things to be done. I'll just say a few things that why the forecast of monsoon is very critical. The first thing which everybody wants to know that what is seasonal forecast. Every year people are waiting. The reason for this is that if we know well in advance that what kind of monsoon is likely to happen, whether it is going to be normal, above normal, or below normal, the lot of preparation need to be done. Let's assume that the monsoon is going to be below normal and there could be a possibility of a drought. The kind of arrangement which government has to make is one, is you need additional seeds because the rain may fail and so that you may have to replant, resowing to be done. In many areas it is irrigation. You need additional supply of diesel. So there are several actions which need to be taken well in advance if you have to address, say, let's say, drought. And that is why you have been seeing that last several years, we may have a drought, but we have never any issue, no famine kind of a situation. And one of the major issue is that our improved capability to do the forecast. And the same way, when the farmer has to do a lot of activities, sowing, plowing, applying fertilizer, pesticides, and all that. And for that, also the rain is one of the most critical aspects, especially in a rain-fed region. And we have now agrometeorological advisories, which is given to farmers thrice in a week. And they provide information about rainfall, about wind, about other meteorological parameters which are useful. And because of this, what it was found that the farmers' income has gone up because they are spending less to get the yield more. So in this connection, that even if the forecast is not 100% accurate, and as I understand from Rajeevan, it cannot be 100% accurate, but once we know that our accuracy is 75-80%, the care can be taken accordingly. So in this connection, I think this book is going to be very helpful, not only to the students, but all researchers who are engaged in this topic. The other thing which really surprised me about this is what you have quoted in the book, is that the Kalidas has said that the 1st of Asada is the onset of monsoon in Ujjain, and that happens to be 15 June. And even today it is more or less true. Yeah. So this is something, the power of observations at that particular time as well. And JS mentioned, and today we have much better observations. After the advent of satellites, the observation thing has improved drastically. And one more thing since we came, in India, the first use of satellite was India Meteorological Department in 1965, when ISRO was not even set up. So the weather and climate forecast has been very important, and the kind of work which is being done in the country, both in the institute, in the academia, and working together, you can see that here all the different kinds of people have come together so that we understand the process is better, we can model them better, and then once better forecast, there are several uses. It's a very nicely given in the book about how this information is being used by different sectors. I was told that now this information is about 30 sectors which needs this information. So it is very critical for us, and I'm sure that this kind of a book is very essential. One of the important thing in this book is they have also tried to identify what are the gaps still exist and what we need to do. And in this connection, the AI and ML is one which is going to be a major issue which we need to address. So I again would like to compliment Rajeevan to hold a workshop on this, because I think we need a lot of other information, different methods, different techniques, that how we can further improve the forecast both in space and time. And this will be definitely one of the most useful thing for the country's development. And as you can see, the government has been also very keen. We had a monsoon mission, we had a 3-phase, and now we have converted into a Monsoon mission, making the scope much larger. And I think that means that it is convinced, the government is also convinced that the monsoon is, the Monsoon and the weather and climate is going to be very important. And in this connection, I must thank Professor Balram to remember Professor Rodham Narasimha, because earlier we had all these institutes in the country, but they were not working in the collaboration or in a cooperation mode. The setting up of Ministry of Earth Science allowed to work all the institutes together, and that made the change. Of course, the facilities, the funds and computing and all other things have improved drastically, but the most important, the working together has now become a sort of a way of life, and that is why we have been able to move forward. The last thing which I would like to say is that, as Professor Keshavamurthy very well said, that it's not going to improve our understanding about the monsoon, the AI and ML, but I think the amount of data which is now being analyzed is tremendous. I was told that today almost 40 gigabytes of, or probably more, Gopal can correct me, is assimilated every 6 hours for to process. So the data coming from variety of satellites, the observations of the atmosphere, ocean, snow and ice, land use, and so many different parameters are continuously monitored and assimilated. So I think when there is a large data, I think AI/ML would be much useful for us to find the pattern and could be much improved. Even the small improvement, even if we can improve further 5% in our predictive capability, will be the huge difference it will make in the life of our people, the farmers, the planners, and everybody else. So I again compliment Rajeevan, Partha and Arindam for the excellent work which they have done. And I'm sure that this would be really useful for the students and researchers together, and also people like me who doesn't know much about it, to learn that where we stand today and what we need to do further to improve upon this. So thank you very much for having me here, and all the best to Rajeevan. Thank you.
So thank you, sir, for your informative talk. And also, I also, from my perspective, should emphasize that the most important decision the government of India has taken on earth science is to develop a Ministry of Earth Sciences. It was a historical decision, and it is really proved very, very useful. I remember when I was there in IMD, the annual budget of IMD used to be 25 crore. And the Chennai Doppler radar, which was installed 20 years back, it cost us 18 crore. So you can think what kind of development with 20 crore we can do it. But now they get almost 350 to 400 crore per year. So that kind of investment could be possible only because we have now a separate science ministry. So thank you very much. So now we'll have a small formality of felicitating you. So I request Sundara sir. Always a pleasure. I request Chakraborty sir and Rajeevan sir. Please come. Please come. No, please come. We need you, sir. Thank you. Swami can give the vote of thanks. You can Radha. Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is my honor and indeed privilege to deliver a vote of thanks on this momentous occasion. The official release of the book titled South Asian Summer Monsoon, Processes, Prediction and Social Impacts, published by one of the top-notch publishers elsewhere. On behalf of ATI University, I sincerely thank the esteemed dignitaries, scholars and guests whose gracious presence has enriched the event and made it truly memorable one. First and foremost, our deepest thanks to Professor Balram, former Director, Indian Institute of Science, and recipient of Padma Bhushan Award. Sir, your presence today is truly inspiring and we are honored by your support. We are immensely grateful to Dr. Shailesh Naik, Director of National Institute of Advanced Studies. It is popularly known as NIAS. And also he is the recipient of Padma Shri Award. Thank you so much for officially launching the book and inaugurating the AML and physical models, redefining weather and energy forecast. Sir, we are sincerely thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be with us today. A special note of thanks to Professor R.N. Keshavamurthy, a revered mentor and a guiding light. Sir, your influence on our Honorable Vice Chancellor has been truly transformative. Thank you, sir, for your gracious presence. We also extend our sincere thanks to Professor J. Srinivasan for being with us today. Your pioneering contributions to the climate science research and continue to inspire countless researchers and students across the globe. Thank you, sir. We would like to express our appreciations to the co-authors of the book. This outstanding book, written by Dr. Prashant Mukhopadhyay and Dr. Arindam Chakraborty, your deepest insights and tireless efforts and the academic excellence are clearly reflected in this book. It is a privilege to celebrate your contribution to the climate science. Thank you, sir. Today we are honored by the presence of our Chancellor, Sri C.S. Sundaraju, sir, who took time to join us today and graciously honored our distinguished guests. Sir, thank you very much for your unwavering support and encouragement. We also extend our gratitude to Dr. Nagesh Vangala, our founding Vice Chancellor and mentor, advisor, friend, philosopher to the ATI University. Sir, thank you so much for your guidance and presence on this special occasion. We offer our sincere thanks and congratulations to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Madhavan Nair Rajeevan, a renowned researcher and a visionary leader. Sir, we are proud to celebrate the release of your book today, and we are deeply appreciate your leadership and commitment to excellence at ATI University. This event and the accompanying workshop stands as a testament to your dedication and vision towards this university. Thank you, sir. My special thanks to Dr. Stella, Dr. Praful, Director ACAD, Dr. Akshara Madam, and Mr. Radhakrishnan for the efforts and dedication to making this workshop possible. We sincerely appreciate all the participants who have traveled from across the country, IITs, NITs, IIITs, ISER, then Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India, and then various research and laboratories, both national and state level, have been part of this particular activity. Thank you so much for your patient participation, as well as you are very interactive participants I have ever seen. And you, every time when the sessions gets over, you have been keep on asking questions. That kind of interaction will really, help us a lot to understand more about the subject. Thank you all. We extend our thanks to Dr. Nailnakshi, Vice Principal of ATIT, and Dr. Ravichandran for having raised this today's occasion. And I also would like to express my sincere thanks to Professor Paddy is here, and Madam Anupama, our Santosh ji, and many others who have really helped us to make this event successful. Last but not the least, we thank all the supporting staff for their assistance in organizing and managing the necessary logistics for this workshop. Once again, we thank you all. Thank you.
So thank you all of you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's my pleasure, actually.